flight deck to bombs, test 5MC, primary flight control. Testing 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. Test complete.
Yeah.
These niggas be talking all that money shit.
Welcome to Relationship PTSD. It's your host with the most, Mark D.
Swear I want a lot. Don't want an auction car, I wanna drive it off the lot.
Hey, let's go.
Not talking about a why. If cash is ruling everything, then why not rule a lot? I was down and by my lonely.
Yeah.
Where was all my homies?
Okay.
They never call my phone, that's why I call these niggas phony. This ain't making any sense. Wasn't making sense. I got a big nose, can tell you fake just by your scent. Why they act like they don't know me? Act like they don't know me. Was starving in the crib, got tired of eating no bologna. Had a problem paying rent. Please just let me vent.
Like I said, welcome to Relationship PTSD. It's your host with the most, Mark D. I got a couple of good guys in the building today. That record you just heard is my good friend. Plenty years in the building. We've been putting in work today. My nigga Brooklyn Boon in the building. Say what's up.
A bomb for him. Boon, listen, Relationship PTSD, what's going on? It's here, it's happening, it's now. Brooklyn Boon.
Yes, sir. And I got another special guest in the building. My guy, I'm going to let you introduce yourself today, man.
I go by the name of Matt Boy Gatsby. Brooklyn, New York. You already know. East New York, the home.
Sir, we here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
so it's a Brooklyn Connect today, man, on Relationship PTSD. This is like the very first YouTube episode, man. So we getting lit. We live today. We in the studio. Today's episode is gratefully sponsored by The Great FM. Yes, sir. Today's episode, like I was saying, is special by The Great FM, man. We're in the Great FM studios down here in Miami. So Relationship PTSD is on tour. If it sounds a little different today, if it sounds a little off, or if it sounds a little bit better, just know we getting some money. Yes, sir.
GTC.
Yes, sir. So, man, question of the day, man. This is how we doing on Relationship PTSD. We set it off with a question just to get the crowd going, get your mind working. We like to give everybody an open space to be able to talk and just think of things you ain't never thought about or had the ability to talk about. So with that being said, since my boy Brooklyn Boon is an artist, that song you just heard was CTC by Mr. Brooklyn Boon.
Sir.
Before we get into all of that,
what you got for me, Snapback?
make sure you check us out on Apple Music, Spotify, wherever you get your favorite podcast at. That is very important. Make sure you also leave a review under Apple Podcasts. That does help us out. Help us let us know if we getting better, if we getting smoother, if we getting a little more comfortable, man. That is most important. So with the question of the day is, what made you decide to become an artist, my boy? Before we get into that, the topic for today is relationship with the entertainment industry.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Entertainment industry. That is today's episode, man. So I've had the privy to be in the industry a bit. You've also had the industry to be in the industry a bit, whether we've made it far, whether we've made it locally.
Right.
We'll get into all of that. But today's episode is about relationship with industry. I got a couple of good guys who's also in the industry. So we're going to talk about that and BS. So what made you want to become an artist, my boy?
Really, I was born with words, you know what I mean, just to inspire and give people hope. But as far as artistry goes, I've always been into like poetry and things like that, you know what I mean. I've always been an introvert at heart. But then, I had somebody, kind of, oh, you from New York, you know what I mean? So I know you know how to rap. And so, I owe it to this guy, Mr. Fresh Off TV here, man, the host of Relationship PTSD, man. Listen, man, what you doing? You from New York. I know you know how to rap. So, 2010, man, came to his crib and home studio, came to your crib and home studio, and we put some words together and we had spoken word because I wasn't rapping it.
I always felt like I'm like a fake wannabe producer, man. Like,
right.
I love everything studio based, radio based. I like to produce, manage.
Right.
I like the behind the scenes business.
Right.
So
I wrote all my own lyrics though.
Facts.
So
and he was quick with it too, though. Like,
we just gotta let that be known.
Mad quick with it.
Yes, sir.
My guy, let him know. So, what made you actually want to start your own label?
Well, I took, you know, the blueprint route from some of my role models. I'm talking of the Master P's and the Babies and the Slims and the QCs. Like I just look and I just see how they moving. So I'm like, damn man, I wanna follow their footsteps. You feel me? So, I just got to manifest it, that's all. You know what I'm saying? And in time y'all gonna see that. You feel me? So, I'm working. We working hard. We quiet, but it's gonna be a quiet storm because
you got to give them a
the
shout
type
out
of
though. You got to give them a shout out on the show. Let them know because they listening to us in Paris. Shout out to Paris.
Oh,
man.
shout
Y'all
out to
boys got y'all
Paris,
num-
man!
y'all
Shout
boys
out
got
to
our numbers
Paris.
up.
Let me tell you, man. The States is like we worldwide. We gonna be worldwide with this, man. You know what I'm saying? We coming to reach touch everybody we can touch. You feel me? It's gonna be somebody around that world that could relate one way or another with the type of music content we gonna be putting out. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
We just down to earth people, man. We just
All right, so
trying to
record
make it
labels
happen.
is hard, right? So we gonna segue. Record labels is hard, clearly. Now, I've clearly Jared said, my guy Boon said, I had an in-house studio, right? And I always thought I was starting up a label. I would swear Black House Studios.
Yeah.
We had Ain't No Bread. We've had so many
Up Boys.
names,
Right.
Toast Up Boys, and the problem is starting up a studio always requires that moolah. Like
You mean starting up a label?
starting up a label.
Yeah.
But like it requires so much money, right? What would you say for somebody up and coming wants to start up a label from the ground up? What budget do you think they looking at?
Sheesh, that's it's gonna take. I mean, first you just gotta do the basic shit, like, you know what I mean, legal Zoom, because my shit is still like, it's still. I'm still chefing. You feel me?
Still
Like
chefing it up,
right. So I can't really tell you exactly how much it's gonna cost for you specifically to get a label, because I don't know what you want incorporated in your label.
100%,
You feel me?
100%.
I just know from what I'm doing, I'm just, I'm at the ground with it. You feel me? So I just, you know what I mean? I'm just gonna take my baby steps and just grow. Like whatever, I'm a hustler. So whatever money I get, I'm putting into it. So I'm not even looking at, I can't tell you specifically tell you a budget, because I might spend more than that, or depending on how big you want to.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You putting it into your craft. So financially wise, it's gonna take your money, but also it's gonna take the dedication. It's about the work that you putting in. You feel me? Because you could spend $100,000 on a label and that shit'll be in the fucking basement. You feel me?
100%.
That shit would be like, yeah, I invested all it, but look where you at. You ain't grow within that. You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't making it work for you.
100%.
You feel me? So that is like a waste of money. You feel me? I could take probably a little bit less than that. You feel me? To just spreading it out in all of the right directions in order. You know what I'm saying?
In order to get to the next step.
You feel me?
Now, as an artist, as an up-and-coming artist, right?
Yes, sir.
So you come from the bedroom studio to major studios.
Right.
Now, do you feel the budget behind a major studio is not needed when you can just do the same song in your bedroom? Or do you take the music, or do you go in a crib, record the record, clean it up as best as you can, and bring it to the major studio to have them mix it down? What would you like better?
So for me, perception is everything, and when I say everything, it's just how you look at it. You know what I mean? So I've done, as you said, I've started in the bedroom, in the bedroom studios, in the in-house living room studios, and I, went to studios that was in the basement but had good quality because of, the talent and the passion behind it. And I've been to these big name studios. You know what I mean? So it's just all about perception and where you are in life mentally. I mean, for me, and if you want to go on a big name studios with the good booths and the top engineers and stuff like that,
Right.
It makes you want to go harder, because now I got to keep affording this. Now this is the lifestyle I want. I seen it, I witnessed it. I want to keep going. I want to stay here, but I want to do better. I want to, I mean, so it's all about perception, honestly speaking. So, but it doesn't make the artist.
You know what I feel? I like that. You know what I feel though? Honestly, I feel big name studios be for glitz and glamour.
Right, of course.
You
Oh
like,
shit, I got a story behind that.
Oh, I just triggered my boy. There we go. Gunshots just rang off.
Nah, that's
I just triggered him. Y'all caught that.
That's a whole fact.
So
this is
let's
a big
check this
name,
out,
and this
dude.
is a
This-
big name studio, bro.
Big name studios.
Oh my
a lot
God.
of time, it's so much glitz and glamour
Right.
that you don't get the work done.
Yeah.
You're in there, then we gotta pick a beat.
Yeah.
Then by the time you really lay something down, it's like 5, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
And you like, yo, this is crazy. For anybody trying to get into the industry, best believe there is a lot of late nights, even within trying to get into the podcast industry. There's a lot of just very meticulous things you got to do just before setting this up. As you see, there's somebody who's never done a podcast before.
Right.
Just the
First
amount of
time,
time
I ain't never do this.
it took to get actually set up.
Right.
Got everything
Yeah, I
situated.
see everything takes time. It takes time to do everything.
So that's why I definitely want to do the episode, because it's like it's the same industry, but it's just done a slight different way. Whether it comes to music or whether it comes with me with podcasting, I can see where you put in that work, and then. But if I was at the crib, I would be knocking these out like 2, 3.
Right.
Like, oh, now we wanted to go do it in a big name, and it's just like, yeah, it took a while to get set up, and we grooving, we look good today, baby.
Yes, sir.
We do. So definitely appreciated the Great FM for sponsoring this episode, man. So with that also being said, right, what would you feel would be your first accomplishment? Oh wait, actually no, hold on, I did trigger you. Speak your piece, man. Let us know the story with the big name studio.
Oh, okay, all right. So, just recently, right? My brother, a few of my comrades and stuff, Matt Boys to be exact. They booked a session at Infamous Studio. Like, I'm talking about the name alone. It'll just like, you know what I mean? Bring butterflies to your stomach, probably.
New York City.
You know what I'm saying? It's in the heart of New York City, too. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And,
sounds like quad to me.
It's exactly. It is quads. It is quads.
Okay.
I was trying to hold a name back until I told the story, but you know what I mean? I was going to say that for last, but yeah, to be exact, it was Quad Studio. You know what I'm saying? And mind you, this was my first time going to Quads. Yeah. I've been there before, like in the past, but I'm talking about like as far as the record, that was my first time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I've been there with, I ain't even gonna say who I've been there with because,
Yeah, go ahead.
Like super duper.
We don't say no names or
right.
PTSD.
That's a fact. That's a fact. So
so
yeah, I mean basically
we're professional nobodies over here. So if that's how we get down over
here. No, we somebody, baby. Everybody is somebody, baby.
We keep them anonymous though.
But we keep it anonymous. I understand. I could dig it.
Yeah.
I could dig it like a shovel, All right, but yeah, so basically, we booked a session for a couple hours and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And then, if I don't know if you ever go to Quad, they get something like this. They got rooms all over. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
But the ambiance is cool. Of course, you see the plaques and shit. All right, plaque over there. What we fucking do?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So when it's time to go in the room, you know what I'm saying? We in the room, and when the engineer comes in, it's just basically, I'm gonna just get straight to the point. Just the engineers, they hire a lot of, I would say interns, because and a lot of people who don't have the professional skill to do what they, you know what I mean, and know what they doing behind the keyboard, that shit'll fuck your sound up.
Yeah.
And it, specifically in my situation, they fucked up some money of a freestyle. You feel me? That it took. We spent our money for that. You feel me?
He don't really know how to record. He's
right.
Just
in there like this. I'm like, yo, and I had to tell him. I'm like, yo, do you know what you doing, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying? And he telling me, yeah, I got this. Don't worry about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I greeted him friendly. Offer them drink, yo, you all right? We got pizza over here. We got some food. You know what I mean? We friendly. We all in here together. We want whatever's gonna take for you to be comfortable to mix this shit the way it need to be mixed. You know what I'm saying? So he did what he was doing, and I just realized that he wasn't like professional. So I asked him, I was like, yo, how long you been doing this? Mm-hmm. And he was like, I just started. He was like, I've been doing this for a few years. But I'm like, it's more like you just starting, bro, because it just seemed like you,
so
if everything is not sounding the way I anticipated the sound, being that it's coming from Quads, bro. Yeah.
And with that being said, if you was in the crib bedroom studio, song would have been knocked out.
Right, I got plenty of my video. I got a video out, and the fucking production on that, when I did that song, was in a basement, bro. Like, you
see?
You know what I'm saying? My man, the kid I'm rapping with, shout out Dios Morenos, he's, we miss you, boy. You gotta come back in the rap game, you heard?
Yeah.
But yeah, he record and he rap all that. He did all that, and that shit. He make that shit sound amazing. You feel me? But this quad situation, that shit blew minds, and I paused. You feel me? And I just was like, I said, this is. I would never come back to record here.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
See,
bad review,
and that's your trick.
Intern, he threw an auto tune on my voice and all that. I didn't ask for no fucking auto tune.
That's the norm, man.
Yeah, I heard the song and I'm like, God damn.
So all right, so going to quad, a lot of people feel like going to quad would be an accomplishment, right? Think about you think about what's happened there and all the history and all the artistry that's actually happened there, right?
Right.
What would you say would be your biggest accomplishment in the music industry? Boom.
So we got Brooklyn Boon here speaking. My biggest accomplishment to date is being able to decipher, the difference and being able to being to see that I have the ability to not be boxed into, just be one particular type of artist. I won't, because I like all type of music. So I won't let nobody, categorize me. So I guess having people listen to my music and putting it on like iTunes was a big accomplishment for me. So
actually getting that is true though, because we've been doing music for so long, and I can kid you not, all our records on SoundCloud or SoundClick back in the day. I'm from the Soulja Boy era, so whatever Soulja Boy did, he is the first. He's not lying. Whatever he did, I watched it, I copied it, and I gave the game to my homeboys. And now to see like all my homeboys are on Apple Music, Spotify, bios, they pictures up, all modeled out and stuff. I be proud of them. I be telling them all the time. I be telling y'all boys all the time, like, yo, hey, y'all really are doing it. Y'all really stick with it. Right. For me, I feel like the music game was a discouragement in my end, because we could do it for so long. Right. And you can get to that level and you don't get no numbers. And I'm very numbers based. And even doing a podcast, I say that like a couple of episodes. I hate that when I go, damn, I'm not gonna watch the numbers today because I want to get 100 listens in a week. Right. So people say like, oh, that sounds like nothing. You know how hard it is to get 100 people to listen to a podcast? A song is nothing. People put it on, it plays on Pandora. Somebody heard it by mistake.
The podcast is hours, so to get somebody to listen to
we already 20 minutes in. And it don't feel like it though. You feel me? So you're just running.
You just flowing.
You're just flowing. So it's really, you like, damn, are they really saying are they really saying something to make me want to listen to it? Right. And that's my whole beef with like jumping into this industry, kind of explaining to our people like, okay, explaining like, yo, for me, when I started listening to podcasts, I felt I stopped listening to a lot of music. Right. So like my homeboys would get mad, like, damn, you didn't hear my song, boom. And I'm just like, yo, I don't even listen to like my favorite artists. Like, because I'll be riding in the car and living in Texas, the rides be so long.
And the podcast, when you turn the podcast on.
So I'm like, damn, I gotta ride 45 minutes to work. I need something that's gonna last me 45 minutes. Right. My homeboy's song, 3 minutes. As soon as it's off, damn, now I gotta search for a whip.
A whole nother
and
song.
Then I'm in a different state. And honestly, it came from not like my PTSD is like riding around my whip. Over here, I got connects. If I get pulled over, boom, 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 I'm good. Right. Out in Texas, I'm assed out.
You're just not trying to risk that overall.
I'm not trying to risk being on my phone, texting back, boom, boom, boom. I got this long ride. Let me hook my phone up, put this podcast on, and let me just ride. Let me hear what somebody got to say.
That's the same shit.
And a lot of times, like my co-host Covey, who just got up out of here, he had something to do today too. Shout out to Covey, man, for coming set the camera up, gang. But he always says he puts me on a lot of different like business podcasts. So there's people, bro. There's a podcast called How I Built This with Guy Raz, and all it is the CEOs of companies, bro. Like the CEO of JetBlue, like the dude who created JetBlue. He was on the podcast, and he's just a regular dude like me and you talking.
Get out of here.
And I would be like,
how the fuck he get him on the podcast,
bro? That's what he does. He started a podcast about businesses, and people's like, you know what? I'll jump on your joint. And he gets the CEOs of Facebook. They've been on there. the CEOs of all like the major airlines, Etsy. The girl who owns Etsy's been on there. The girl
He
owns
got
Lululemon.
he got the dude who owns Virgin Islands Airlines.
Yep, the Virgin Airline. He does an episode with him.
That dude right there, he's a cool motherfucker.
And Steve Madden has been on there.
Steve Madden. Never seen this.
Steve Madden has the most ruthless story from the hood. Was like, yo, man, just my family know how to make shoes, and that's the only way we know how to make bread. And people just started liking it, so because I kept the price low. Like, their stories are the most random me and you stories, and they're these prominent companies, and that's what turned me on to like podcasting and wanting to get into the industry and actually feeling that because it gives you knowledge. Because I'm like, bro, the quick story, right? About the JetBlue dude. Yeah. JetBlue dude literally creates JetBlue, gets kicked, but he gets at the top, but they think he crazy, so they kick him out of JetBlue. Like when he becomes, you know how that goes. The game dirty. Yeah, the game is dirty no matter where you play it in whatever industry you is. That is today's lesson on relationship PTSD, right? So he gets into the industry, gets JetBlue to the top of the board. He gets a board, they go public. They kick him out because they don't like his ways or the way he move because he move money funny, right? But he's smart. JetBlue grows because JetBlue is secretly like a baby company to like American Airlines, all that. He used to work for American Airlines. Right. He buys old American Airline planes and then
like the refurbished planes.
And those were JetBlue's original planes. Wow. Slaps him. So
he get this money to pay for these planes?
Because he's been working there for so long. So now he goes he cuts the middleman out. He goes to Boeing. Right. He goes to Boeing because of deal with Boeing, the company. I'm like, yo, not even thinking you can just I'm looking at American Airlines, the plane. No, Boeing owns that plane. You just slap your name on that joint. What made me want to look into that is when Drake got a plane for free. That's what made me want to look into it. Like, how did you get a plane for free? This company want to get their name out there. Hey, we build planes, luxury planes. Who's the biggest person we can get to say, hey, we build luxury planes? Drake. Here, Drake. Here's a free plane. Now everybody's calling me to get planes that look like Drake's. Right. It's all a game. It's all a monopoly.
You think they gave that plane to him for free?
They did. They just reported. They gave it to him for free. Yeah. So and he gets that. All that's his.
Drake is a bad motherfucker.
I know. You just gotta pay for gas, but gas is a lot. Yeah. So now he goes. Back to the story. So the JetBlue dude when they kick him out, it go to the airport. If you look at Azul, it's a company that only goes to like Brazil or something like that. It's an airline.
Some small
company. Azul in Spanish is blue. Blue. That's his company. He started Azul and he's back. He's still in an airline company, low key. Nobody knows. So next time you go to the airport,
and Azul.
He owns piece of JetBlue, but he owns 100% of Azul.
Wow.
Double the money. Yeah. So he just takes his old JetBlue plane because when you're a new company, nobody. You know, people be like, I ain't flying Spirit or I ain't flying Frontier because they knew. I don't know you. But you're just new. You're still a plane. You still, it's still the same thing. It's just because you're new. It's just like I'm a new business. I'm a new artist. Coming back full circle. You're a new artist. You're a new label. People hear this and go, man, who's that? Man, there ain't nobody. Da-da-da. And then next year, you'll see this person taking off and you'll be like, yo, I heard that record. I heard that record on Relationship PTSD. I heard about his label on Relationship PTSD. I heard about Relationship PTSD. And now I remember them boys, this is their first YouTube episode. And now look at them boys. Look at them boys up. You get me? So it's all about understanding your industry, knowing where you want to go with it, and actually making something of it. Like, and listening to podcasts is what made me think of bigger than that. Everybody want to do music. Everybody artist. Everybody can sing. Everybody can dance. Yeah. Like I could give my girlfriend is Hot 16. She Filipino and black. She can be the next artist next year. Like, you feel me? She's different. So it's not about that anymore. It's about actually figuring out what is your niche and what you're good at. Like, I remember speaking of Boon, you were telling me about you were saying, huh? All right, 1 minute. Producer said we got 1 minute before we go to trigger. You were telling me how you want to get into gospel music. And I was like, wait, what? As somebody's been doing music with you 10 years, you said you want to get into gospel music. But do you feel that getting into gospel music, like something about just the religion and all of that is helping you grow further? Because now your music is really going even further. You've always believed in God. So what is different now?
So basically what it is now is, just going through life. I mean, experiencing it, and then just, realizing that maybe you meant for something else based off certain conversations that you have with people and things of that nature. I mean, and then you just realize, okay, when you start getting into it, you start reading scriptures, and then you just get that feeling, that Holy Spirit in you, and then you just be like, yo, maybe this is my calling. And then when you keep seeing these verses, but worded differently in different parts of these stories, you start, oh my gosh. So me, I've like now I redefine myself, and I know I'm here to give people hope. Because with conversations, I'm always uplifting somebody, or I'm always trying to connect people with somebody based off energy and based off what they're good at, and how can I connect these people. But it just happened organically. You know what I mean, so we're gonna tap in.
Yeah. All right, but before we go on the trigger warnings, my brother, you gotta let me know. What is your biggest mistake in this music industry?
For me, man, just starting up, dropping my first single, CTC, which did phenomenal, man. It was a great start to my career, I guess you can say. And instead of me taking money and putting it into a budget and getting radio play and marketing and promotion for it, the bread that I had, the bag that I was getting and shit like that, we was doing single releases. Like I'm still a new artist. Nobody don't really know me. So it took, all right, let's go in a club and show face rather than let's take it to a radio and push it there. Or let's take that same money that you was getting that we spending on bottle sections and things like that and putting it to the record. You know what I mean? So that was my biggest mistake coming in, but you know better, you do better. You know what I mean? So for any artist that's listening right now, man, take that money and put it in yourself, man. Don't try to do it to impress nobody or prove a point. You know what I mean? If you got it, then show forth that results, through the music and you're promoting and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So that was mine within the industry.
Oh, I feel you on that.
Mm-hmm.
What will you feel like? What's your biggest mistake in the industry?
Well, me personally, I haven't really had no big mistakes yet. Like I'm still growing.
Cocky,
like, as
New York niggas
you know
be
cocky.
cocky.
You know what I mean? But just by just learning from other people's experiences. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I try to keep that in mind, just so I won't have to make no mistakes. So it's like I'm gonna try to prevent the bullshit from coming my direction, just by absorbing what I see other people, other artists, other my peoples, whatever they go through. You know what I mean? So
100.
yeah.
I like that answer. I personally feel like my biggest mistake, well, within being new within the podcast industry, would just be time management and saying and literally saying like, hey, yeah, this would be about an hour to do, or saying like, oh yeah, we'll be done in a couple of minutes, we'll be set up. Just setting expectations is my current biggest mistake. So for people like who want to get into the podcast industry, setting the right expectations, aka keeping the whole day open to do this, is like very, very important if you want to be a podcaster.
But that's just life in general, because timing is everything. So you can't get that back. So whatever time, you got to plan accordingly. You know what I mean? But we still got to understand that things do come up. You know what I mean? So we just got to be accepting to that, optimistic about it. You know what I mean?
100%. All right. Now we're going to get a little scandalous. I like to get a little scandalous on the newer episodes.
Let's do it.
How do you feel about people who don't write their own lyrics?
That takes away from being called an artist, really. Like at that point you more of a, I ain't gonna say motivational speaker, but like, I mean, you just like a substitute teacher. I mean, you can't really do the job that teachers get paid for, right? You gotta take some of your salary. You don't get no extra incentives or anything. You know what I mean? But everybody got talents. You know what I mean? So if you sound good, but I write good, then that's teamwork. Kudos to them for the teamwork and the partnership. But for me, I keep everything myself. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Yes.
So would you let somebody write? Well, hear me out. Hear me out. He's triggered, people. He's triggered. Somebody told my dog he didn't write his song because he's triggered. But would you let somebody write? If I had a fire chorus, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to rap. I want to write choruses for everybody. Okay. I got this fire chorus, and I tell you, yo, I wrote this record. Go ahead and just do your thing. would you take the record?
I wouldn't take it. I'll tell you to find another artist to feature on it singing that hook because I'm not gonna do it.
That makes no sense.
Of course it does.
But if your voice,
I don't want
if
that.
your voice,
right,
I feel like you have that deep, and I'm like, I need my guy accent. I need the deepness in his voice. Pause, no pause. Like, you know.
Yeah, pause that.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, the way you say something is gonna sound a lot better. And I'm like, you would help me out with that just because you scared to be known as a ghostwriter.
Nah, I'd be a ghostwriter.
You're not a ghostwriter. You'd be scared that people say you had a ghostwriter.
If it's for my record, like I said, if it's for your record, then
it's my record.
I
wrote it, and
cool.
I just want you to do the chorus.
That's cool. See, but if it's for my project, if it's something that's Brooklyn Boon,
but what if
a single or project?
What if I took the record and said, what if I took the record and went like, all right, my nigga Boon did the chorus, right? Boom. Then I went and put Zoe on it, and then I went and put Drake on it, and then I went and. But it's your record.
Nah, see, now you trying to fuck the game.
I'm just saying.
Nah, man.
Do you want the record or not?
Right.
You're not gonna want the record for your album.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like I'm just DJ Khaled here.
That's him. But those are people that's like, yeah, I mean. But me, I know. So if you give me the topic of the song, I'll come up with a hook. Yeah, I mean, that's what I do.
What if I wrote a pop record and I'm like, this nigga voice is gonna take this record to the next level. I'm like, here's this pop record
to help you out, in your situation. But not for me, not for yo. I got this song for you, and I want you to do something with it, make it your single or make it.
But I've known you over 15 years. I know your pocket, the way you rap. I know when you was like just coming up to like your skill level. Now I can say, hey. Bro, I wrote this record for specifically my dog. Like, I've known you.
I would say thank you because I'm a grateful person. You know what I mean? But, what's mine is mine. You know what I mean? So,
100.
I mean, that's
a
me.
True artist, people.
With me.
True artist, Brooklyn Boon, out of Brooklyn, New York.
Yes. He
also lives in Florida, so don't let him lie to you. Because
I'm international.
He has a whole address here, and it'd be like, y'all from Brooklyn. Like, where do you live now? My house is over here, but yeah, I'm from Brooklyn.
That shit ain't never leaving nowhere. You know what I mean? You can take a nigga out of Brooklyn, but you can't take the Brooklyn out the nigga. You know what I mean? That's what they say.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we're rocking with that.
All right. Would you sign for $1 million or stay independent until you finally get on? Currently, right now, your own mental. Right now, what you know in the industry.
Independent. I definitely would stay independent. Now, the reason being is because
go ahead. After tax. Not that, I got $1 million, they got cut in half, $500,000, I brought my mama a house. After tax, pocketing your money, you got $2 million. Pop Smoke deal, Soulja Boy deal, you got a deal. 6ix9ine deal, you got a deal that puts some money in your pocket.
All money ain't good money. Let's start with that.
Woo!
Right? So we're going to start with that, and I've learned that being greedy could put you in some effed up situations. You know what I mean? Because I've been greedy and
Y'all listening to the game.
That's how CTC came about. You know what I mean? Like I was greedy and I knew I was supposed to focus on me and I was supposed to trust God. You know what I mean? Which is what brings me here. You know what I mean?
100.
So it's like I learned these things, and the more you know something and you choose to ignore it, but you know not to do, you know what you should do. You know the conscious decision, but you go with an unconscious decision because you feeding into what everybody else is going on or your temporary situation. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't take it, honestly. And then knowing what all the stories that's going on with, the industry and stuff, I just stay in my own lane, man. Whether I make it big, according to the world, as they say, I mean, I just stay to myself, honestly speaking.
All right. Your cousin starting a label.
Yeah.
Would you sign to your cousin for $2 million?
So I got my own entertainment business. So
not what I asked you.
He can sign my business.
Not what I asked you. Would you sign to your cousin for $2 million?
You motherfucking right, he gonna sign.
You see how he trying to Suge Knight me?
Look.
You see how he trying to Suge Knight me?
He hanging off a fucking balcony.
You see how he trying to Suge Knight me?
If he don't sign, he gonna get hanged from a balcony.
He gonna yoke me up by the collar. Listen, little nigga, but I'm not gonna say it's a pride thing. You know what I mean? Because I just know my lane. If it works with what I want to do and what I'm doing, like I'm responding to callings now. Yeah, I mean, he know we chopped it up.
Nah, even all of this was straight God sit right here, man.
Saying. Yeah, and I like connecting people. Yeah, I mean, only if the energy is right. I told him when we was at Uncut on Thursday. I said, listen, I'm not going to bring you around anybody who I feel going to put you in harm's way or who the energy, because if I don't feel it, I'm definitely not going to drag you along with it. You know what I mean? Because then now shit awkward now. If we got to get into anything, man, that's on me.
Now that's on you.
And he's visiting. I can't return. You know who his mom's is?
Yeah.
All right. So you got to understand that. You know what I mean? So, he's a big boy, but you know what I mean? But that's still on me. You know what I mean? I wouldn't want to be done. Yeah, I mean, you know
exactly. And even in that, now
I'm gonna do my own thing.
We gonna
collab. We gonna collab, but I still need my independence.
I gotta segue to that.
Right, go ahead.
So do you believe in industry friends over real friends? Not over, but do you believe in keeping industry friends? Let's go with that.
Okay, so I don't have any industry friends now, or at least the ones that we all know about.
Yes.
Right. So I don't know, because what are real friends, honestly? Because it'd be your real friends that seen something in you but didn't really support it. But then when they see like everything that you were saying came into fruition, oh yeah, we friends now. Oh yeah, I've been down since day one. Yeah, all right. And then the industry ones, you know what I mean, they might be using you as well, but then they might be genuine. So it's a toss up, really. I go off energy and intuition now.
Okay, so think about it this way, though.
Yes, sir.
Now, here's my caveat, right? We talked about this on the Friends versus Frenemies episode, right?
Right.
And they looked at me weird when I said, you got to keep your frenemies around.
Of course.
Because I can known you my whole entire life, and you know my mom lived, you know me. And now something went down, we grow up, something went down, we beefing about a female, right?
Right.
Now, that doesn't make me want to come shoot you up and do some harm to you. You still my brother in the trenches. Like, you know me. Like, I don't have to talk to you every day to be, yo, we got some stuff we got to take to the grave together. You feel me?
Yeah.
So it's like that. So I said, well, those people that I titled them my frenemies. Like, you my dog, but I kind of keep you over there, arm's distance. It is what it is, and that's the difference between industry versus real, like your real friends.
Right.
You kind of got to have both, in my personal opinion, because your industry friends have connects and access to things you do not have access for. We needed light boxes today. My industry friends hooked me up with free light boxes, free extra mics, all of that, soundproof room. Shout out to the Great FM that make that work, and that's industry friends.
Right.
Eventually, once we put in some years of work together, then I can say my real friends.
Right.
But now I say what I had to say. Do you feel any type of way about actually keeping an industry friend super close to you, where they can they basically become your brother, or would you just keep them where they're at? Work is work.
So I'm actually glad you answered that. So I did, in my understanding and on my behalf, I believe work is work. You know what I mean? They say don't what they say, don't
mix business and pleasure,
and don't shit
where you eat.
Right. You know what I mean? So, everybody got their own intentions and shit. Now I'm just meeting you, and we met each other because you know what I do now. You know what I mean? So I don't want to get too personal to now you know what I mean, you trying to find out what's going on, and then you trying to bring your energy over here. And it's just not working for me. You know what I mean? So I believe in balance, as you stated earlier. So distance is everything. And like I said, everything that I've been through is preparing me for when these times are coming, because the time is here.
100%.
My time is here. My time is now. You know what I mean? So I'm learning how to decipher and discern certain spirits and energies and things like that. You know what I mean? So business is business. I don't think you would be able to mix that in.
All right. Hey.
Yeah.
As well spoken, my brother. Clearly he's been triggered. So he's keeping that shit right over there. What we got? What we looking on time? We going into trigger warnings today?
Yeah, let's slide up into the trigger.
Yeah. So when we come back, we gonna get into trigger warnings, man. We're gonna play a couple of records today. Like I said, my boy Brooklyn Boon is in the building.
Yes, we here, man. G-Code out right now.
G-Code is out now. And we just gonna groove, we gonna rock, and then we gonna get up out of here. We did a lot of talking. We got a lot of editing to do. But besides that, we gonna make sure we give y'all a great episode, man. All right, people. When we come back, we gonna get that going. Let's go. Welcome to Trigger Warnings. It's your host with the most, Mark D. I got Brooklyn Boon in the building.
It's me.
This is G-Code.
I don't need nobody, you nobody, who are you? I was born a dog, shit, my father look like Snoop. They know that I'm the one for real, the real ones gon' salute. Activate my senses when I'm smoking Mary Jane. They know I'm Superman, lowest merging in my lane. I tell her put them legs up, she big like she a crane. September 23rd, the new money ain't a thing. How the hell am I a king? Sleeping on a twin bed. Human form, I'm Jesus, he was born inside a shed. Could never be a snake, tears the only thing I shed. I finally replied, always left his message read. Last supper feast mode, all I know is peace.
Yeah.
That I'm godlike, maybe on that G code, filling up my cup till it.
I'm about to cut that shit out. It's grooving it's just grooving too hard, man. I was actually supposed to get you to introduce that record, but I wanted to actually set off trigger warnings with that actual record because that is my song. That was G Code. My boy Brooklyn Boon is in the building for trigger warnings, man.
That's me.
We still here, man. We've been grooving for about like 45 minutes, an hour. We've been here.
I appreciate you.
We got into it, man. I definitely appreciate you for actually taking the time out to do the podcast with me today, man.
Yes.
We didn't want to do a whole interview. We wanted to just see what your take on a couple of topics are on the industry. And of course, you brought your cousin in the building today, man. Mr. Big Money. Mr. Big Money, New York, Brooklyn in the building, man.
So we here, baby.
So I definitely wanted to get a different take from actually people in the industry and actually still with doing music rather than just me and my guys talking about stuff that we're not into right now.
All right.
Different industries. But here's why we do it on Trigger Warnings, right? Let me explain it to you since you're new to the show. Now, on Trigger Warnings, we play music that not only inspires you, but makes you feel something like the first time you hear it, second time you heard it. But every time you hear that record, it brings you back into a time. Like, since today's episode is about the industry, what record do you feel like brings you back to what made you want to actually be an executive in the industry for you, or as be an artist in the industry? Go ahead. You first. Go ahead.
Repeat that question again.
What question actually made you want to be like an exec? What song made you want to be an executive in the industry? First time you heard it, you was like, "Oh, it's about to be money."
Shit, it's not really. I can name a bunch of songs.
Give me one. Get a crowd one, man. We grooving today. We not doing too much talking. We just playing some music.
First, I'm gonna start off. I'm gonna start off with Get Money, Junior Mafia.
Ooh. That's an
anthem. That right there alone. That anthem alone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hey, let's go.
Get money. That shit I feel that in my, you know what I mean?
See? I just triggered my dog.
Yeah.
He's in the studio right now, ready to make a hit.
That's a fact, though.
Man, I definitely play G Code. That is my boy Brooklyn Boon's record, man.
Yes,
what song you heard that made you want to get into the industry?
So once again, I go by the name Brooklyn Boon. G Code is officially out right now on all music platforms. Go stream that. Visuals dropping soon. To answer your question, man, off the top of my head, I can't tell you what made me want to get into the industry, but
what song makes you love rap? Try that one for
CTC, man. My first single that I put out, man. Honestly speaking, because it was like I had the trials and tribulations, and I was just thinking, like, if I could go through this and then other people hear it and then they see how vulnerable I was to because we all go through things, you know what I mean?
100.
And I found my voice, I found confidence, and for it to sound like that, you know what I mean? And people love it because it's so relatable, it makes me want to keep going, man. It definitely makes me want to keep going.
So, with that being said, we did throw it in the beginning of the episode, but this is special featured Brooklyn Boon's episode of Relationship PTSD. So with that being said, on Trigger Warnings, my brother, introduce your record today, man.
Yes, man. This is my first single called CTC, man. Dropped this years ago, but we gonna keep it relevant, man. CTC, Brooklyn Boon, you up?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. These niggas be talking all that money shit. I don't say nothing. Just cut that check.
Brooklyn had a little, want a lot. Swear I want a lot. Don't want an auction car, I wanna drive it off the lot. Let them know I wanna not, talking about a why. If cash is ruling everything, then why not rule a lot? I was doubting by my lonely, where was all my homies? They never call my phone, that's why I call these niggas phony. This ain't making any sense, wasn't making sense. I got a big nose, can tell you fake just by your scent. Why they act like they don't know me, act like they don't know me. Was starving in the crib, got tired of eating no bologna. Had a problem paying rent. Please just let me fit.
Yeah. Let them know where they can hit. Let them know where they can check that out at, man.
YouTube, man. We about to hit 10K strong, man. YouTube.
Yes, sir.
C.T.C. Brooklyn Boon, man. Can't spell Brooklyn without putting that Boon in it. You heard?
Yes, sir, man. And definitely, while it's like to promote small businesses, I like to promote upcoming artists out here on Relationship PTSD, because I feel like if we don't help each other, none of us are gonna strive. Like, we all feel like Florida is a crab in a barrel city. And
let me intervene real quick. I'm glad you mentioned that, bro, because September 23rd, every year for the past 3-4 years, I've been doing big pool parties and all that.
Yes, sir.
We're doing something different, man. Friday, September 24th, we doing Brooklyn Boon's charity 30. I'll be the big 3-0, and a part of me giving people hope and aspiring to share my life experiences and getting through the things that I've gotten through. I want to give back to the community, man. I'm talking about the homeless. So we're gonna have a charity ball. Tickets are gonna be $40, 4-course meal, 4-hour open bar. Performances, we got some guests that's coming in there, man. We got some. If you wanna broadcast Relationship PTSD live in effect, man, we gonna do that. You know what I mean? But it's definitely about giving back, man.
Yes, sir.
Life ain't that bad.
We gotta set that up, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
I definitely want to do my relationship. We can do relationship with charity, man.
Yes, sir. Listen,
I'm giving back, and actually, man, I worked with kids for years, and actually giving back and helping people out. It's funny how you say that.
Trigger warning.
Oh man, you triggered me, man.
Got him.
Yeah, you triggered me. Okay,
sir.
so here's the thing. Like, we're not gonna fully get into that because this is not today's episode. All right, we might have to go on for Patreon in tomorrow's episode. But honestly, I feel like there's two ways to charity, and there's nice and too nice. And the problem with me is I get too nice and get caught up in crazy, sticky situations that I got shit to do with me. Right. But we gonna get into that on that episode. Relationship with charity, man. We gonna do that at the pool party. We gotta do that. Pool party. Yeah. You hear that, babe? I got work. September what? Put it out on
Friday, September 24th, man.
So I'm booked up. Yes. Come out and come turn up for charity, man. $40 tickets, man. Once again, I did want to thank everybody for listening. We're not gonna do too much talking. We're gonna be jamming today. I personally just wanted to play like you had a record that I heard probably about a year and a half ago, mid-quarantine. Okay. It is Baby Ling. I was hoping I'm pronouncing her name right. Yeah, Baby Ling. Featuring yourself and J Mill. Yes, sir. I love this record. This record is too crazy. Appreciate you. I gotta play this for the crowd, man. Once again, this is Baby Ling featuring my boy Brooklyn Boon, J Mill, and we gonna get deep dive into that. I got you, dog. I got you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Let's see. We go.
Because I decline, gotta keep my mind right. And I've been on flight. We gon' even out tonight. In the bed, we gon' fight. He ain't tryna do you right. Give me just one night. I've been getting in the mood, all because of you. I've been riding in the coupe, on my way to you. Don't be so brand new, girl, I know you. All them nights in the coupe, can't ignore you. Had you in the TC with your feet up. Had you in the 2-seat while we creeped up. Girl, I'm so icy like a freeze cup. And you feeling lonely.
And what tripped me out is like, she Asian. Shout out to the Asian community. Cuban.
Oh, she's Cuban.
Oh, she's Cuban. She look Asian.
I know he a lame, you got it.
You know what happens when you do the eyes. Yeah. Shout out to Baby Ling, though.
Hey, check out the chorus on this trigger warning, man.
She the one I swear that I would die for her. When she mad, I'm hoping that she don't desert me. Cause she the only one that do deserve me. She the reason I do real changing for me. She got my back when the world coming for me.
I'm so patient with you, no fast pacing for you. My love go here to the moon, a pretty flower you bloom. The only one who know Boon, don't skip a beat, I'm in tune. Had to leave for a few, but you know I'll be back soon. You got the best of both worlds, you be switching up. But when it's all boiling down, please don't switch it up. A tough cookie with the cookie, you don't give it up. Treat every day like a Sunday, we gon' live it up. I make you smile with your eyes off the contact. I'm not a player on her team, don't need a contract. It's just the Libra in me, baby, what's your zodiac? And when I give it to you, promise I ain't holding back. Talking reckless cause I'm reckless, now you reckless too. Spread it. Back shots on my camera, that's my point of view. Give me studio head, that's a kissing booth. I'm into girls who like girls, she like bitches too. Boom. Whoa.
I just wanna spend all of my time.
You know how we give it up when we give it up. Yeah. Relationship PTSD.
Yeah, man. My boy walked on that beat, man, and that's why he is very defensive about actually writing his own lyrics. Cause how fast did you actually write that?
It took us like, I'd say 45 minutes total.
Yeah.
I'd say about 45 minutes because we did everything on the spot from the beat to my boy J Mill writing the whole we didn't even hit a hook. That's how crazy it is. Everybody was just sitting right here. You know me, I love the hookah. I'm smoking my hookah. They smoking on what they smoking on.
Yeah.
And we just chilling. Mikey Lowe made the beat from scratch. Baby Ling said, yo, I want this type of vibe right here. He came up with the beat for Tom.
Yeah.
And J Mill was on. He like this. So I hear the beat. So I'm just like, I'm gonna write what I'm writing.
He's just gonna write like whatever you feel on that.
He got up, he went in that booth, and he came. I was like, yo, that's perfect because I already started with that. And then Baby Ling went in right after. Boom. And I said, I gotta be different. You know what I mean? Right. So I am different.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man. Once again, man, I definitely want to say thank you. Thank you, y'all boys, man.
Appreciate you,
Brooklyn gang in the building. For real.
Yep.
I definitely want to thank y'all boys for even coming and kicking it with me and doing this. Checking out all the listeners, actually checking out the episode. Shout out to France. Once again, shout out to Ohio, San Antonio, Miami, Florida. Shout out to New York.
Big Apple, baby.
Yes, sir. Shout out to all the listeners out of New York. Most definitely, man. Thank you for all the reviews. Check us out on YouTube, man. We got some video footage, man. You can see how if you boys are cute in the building for all the ladies listening. Hey. We got the YouTube coming. Fresh Off Media, the Great FM. We got some big things coming, man. We are out, man. I am tired, y'all boys. Any last words y'all gotta say?
I mean, I just want to give you your roses first and foremost. You know what I'm saying? I like what you're doing. I just want you to keep up the good work. You know what I mean? As far as my last words, I just want y'all to just stay tuned with what this movement we got coming on. You know what I'm saying? Matt Boys is taking over the States Entertainment. So just be on the lookout for Mel Mover, Doc Holliday, Spaz Montana, Matt Boy Gatsby, the whole crew, everybody. You know what I'm saying? And also, I want y'all to check out that Morals, Ambition, and Power by Matt Boy Mel Mover. It's on YouTube right now. That shit is it got 100,000 views in like a week or two. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
so
sir.
Just support. You know what I mean? So see what we got going on, and just stay in tune with what we got going on, and we just gonna keep delivering. You know?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. My boy Brooklyn Boon. Any last words for them?
Yes. Once again, as I'm just gonna piggyback, proud of everything that you're doing. You know, we know where you're coming from. You know what I mean? We know where you're going with it. So stay true to you. Stay true to the people that's listening. You know what I mean? Stay true to the fam and everybody with you. You know what I mean? Once again, it's Brooklyn Boom. I got a new single I call G Code. You know what I mean? Available on all music platforms. We got something big coming up, man.
And that's what we going out to, man.
Yes.
This is G Code once again, man. We out. This was Trigger Warnings. Thank you for listening. We are out. Gang, gang, man. It's just the beginning of this record, dog. Oh, it's beautiful. It's put together beautifully, bro.
They say you ain't a real one unless you pull and shoot. I don't need nobody, you nobody, who are you? I was born a dog, shit, my father look like Snoop. They know that I'm the one for real, the real ones gon' salute. Activate my senses when I'm smoking Mary Jane. They know I'm Superman, lowest merging in my lane. I tell her put them legs, I treat Bay like she a crane. September 23rd, the new money ain't a thing. How the hell am I?